All right, guys, welcome to Views from the Vault Cat Banter episode 4. It's your host, your homie Leon. We are here with Pierre. We got a good show planned for you guys today. Today is all about hype, all about streetwear, fashion, culture, sports. We got two guests that have blessed us to come on the show. We got Manolo and the worst collector ever, Joe Lamantia. Pierre's gonna help us get to know these guys and get to know where they came from, what they've done before, and kind of take us into their world of collecting. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. And Pierre, take it away.
Cool. So guys, I have the pleasure of talking to one of the most electric personalities that I've come in contact with in quite a while, in Manolo. So Manolo and I don't know, Manolo, if you remember, but you and I actually met on Instagram probably like 3 or 4 months ago, right?
Right. That was about 3 or 4 months ago. Yep.
And we were talking about that Houston Astros prototype cap.
Yes, one of my favorites.
Yeah, because you had seen some embroidery work that some guys were, that Leon specifically was doing a lot of my embroidery work.
Oh, okay.
On the caps, and then you said you were trying to get that thing made, and then we talked about go through Hat Club, and you ended up getting that thing made.
Yes, I did. I actually applied the pressure, and it happened. It came to life, and they just recently released it.
Yeah, and I've got one. I was gonna wear it tonight, but I didn't want to piss anybody off because I think I had it in hand too soon. But the thing is beautiful, man. And that's that our beautiful relationship began from that one conversation.
Yes, it did.
The beauty of social networking. But then listen, I got a chance after we had that conversation to really like look at your work and all the things that you're doing out there.
Right.
And I began to everything I looked at, I just got more and more impressed.
Thank you.
So as Leon and I were like talking through like some folks that we wanted to have on, your name immediately came up, not only because of the things you create, but of your positive personality and just what you bring to the table day in and day out. So I'd love to hear, and I think we'd all love to hear a little bit about, you're a creator, like what got you to that place and how did it eventually connect to caps and hats?
And fashion. All right. So I'm gonna try to keep it short. This is how I went. I've been an art student all my life, an AP art student. I love art, paint. I can pretty much use all mediums. So when I got to high school, I started taking my image more seriously as far as fashion goes. And I was the best dressed for all 4 years in high school. Even though it was only for 1 year, I still won 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. So in my senior...
No, if I could pause you there.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was like the class clown all 4 years.
I was the class clown as well.
Oh, I was. You were? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
but I didn't dress as well. I didn't dress as well as you, though. That's clear.
Yeah,
I didn't win any of those awards.
I was a freshly dressed class clown. I was the class clown. Yeah, I got that superlative in the yearbook. I got most creative, best dressed, and class clown.
Nice.
So in my junior year, so my art teacher, she loved me as a student, so she would make us do these focus projects. So there was this character I used to draw since I was little, and I started drawing him again in the 11th grade. But what I would do is it would be the same exact character, but with different outfits on, right? Yeah. And I would give each outfit would have a different name as far as the clothing line name. Cause I would at this point I had no idea that I was going to get into fashion. I was just into fashion, but as far as making clothes, that wasn't on the agenda. And but I would keep drawing these characters over and over, and I had like 80 of these characters, and my teacher loved them. So every time we would do a focus assignment, I would always do the characters with different outfits. She'd be like, "How are you coming up with this stuff?" I was just in the clothes. Okay, cool. So unbeknownst to me, she took my work and she entered it into a art contest, a statewide art contest. And I had no clue. So weeks go by, she come back with a trophy like, "Here, you won the state. You actually won the contest." I was like, "What contest?" He was like, "Oh, I took your work because I knew you wasn't going to let me take it." Because I don't know, us artists, we're weird about people taking our work. And she said, you know, you should really get into fashion. I didn't know anything about fashion except how to wear it. And I was like, all right, I might do that. And what got me really, really into it was Mitchell and Ness. When the whole jersey era crunk up, and I couldn't afford those $400 or $500 jerseys, I said, you know what? I'm going to make my own. And
you know, funny story, Manolo. I used to run Champ Sports stores back in the day.
Oh yeah?
We carried Mitchell and Ness, and we used to have to hang them from the ceiling because they were getting stolen so much.
Yeah, because
they really had to hang. It was weird. You go into our store and they'd be all hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, that'd be way up in the sky. Yeah, that'd be way up in the sky. And here in Atlanta, we had a store called Distant Replays. It was the only store you could get Mitchell and Ness at the time. So I would just go there and stare, and the owner would be like, "What is this little young dude?" I just go in there and just stare at the jerseys. And I eventually took a Dickie shirt, took the pockets off, and I made my own jersey. And that's how I got started in fashion.
Jeez.
That's how I started. And of course, I had to have the matching hat because back then fitted hats were end all be all, especially a Braves fitted hat here in Atlanta. So I went and got me a Yankee hat. I had my Yankee Dickies Mitchell and Ness jersey shirt, and that was it. That's how I got started. This is a cool story too. So this goes right back to where I was in high school. So after I graduated high school, you remember I was telling you guys I made my first Dickie shirt. By the time I made my fourth Dickie shirt, right?
Yeah.
Me and my best friend Ladonis, right? Donis was a rapper. Me and him, we both rap, but he decided to go full force and I decided to go fashion. So down here at the radio station in Atlanta, Georgia, they did a Freestyle Friday competition, and Donis was winning every Friday. So every Friday, I would go down to the lobby in the radio station, and I will hang. Okay, there goes the picture. I see it now. Yeah. Right. I would go to the radio station and I would hang my shirts up in the lobby, knowing that, you know, rappers, R&B singers, whoever, entertainers, period, were going to come downstairs and they were going to have to see my shirts. So what happened was Killer Mike. I don't know if y'all familiar with Killer Mike.
Oh yeah.
Killer Mike.
Run the Jewels fame.
Yeah, Run the Jewels, right. So Killer Mike comes downstairs and he says, "Damn, who made these shirts?" I said, "I made them." He said, "These hard, homie." And he keeps it moving. I said, "Okay, cool." And now keep in mind, it's a ton. I'm going every Friday. It's a ton of rappers coming down, and they're all saying the same thing. Yeah. So the second time Killer Mike comes downstairs, this is like weeks later, he said, "Bro, you really coming up here every Friday hanging up these shirts?" And he was like, "Yo, they get better and better every time I see them. I need you for a video shoot I'm about to shoot, which is All Day I Dream About Adidas, the Adidas video, where he shot in Distant Replays where they carried the Mitchell and Ness." So he was like, "I need you to reach out to my stylist." I'm reaching out to the stylist. She's ignoring the hell out of me. Like ignoring me, just playing me to the side. I tell Killer Mike, "Look, man, she not reaching out to me. I'm going to just come to the video shoot." He's like, "All right, cool." I come to the video shoot, all my shirts. And I hang them up inside the store next to the Mitchell and Ness jerseys that he's putting on for the shot. Yeah. And me and Donis were sitting in his Honda hatchback, and we just hear this lady start screaming. She's screaming, going crazy. "Who made these shirts?" She's cursing. "Who made these effing shirts? Who made these effing shirts?" So I get up. You know, I'm 17. So I say, "These are mine." She's like, "Are you the little boy that's been blowing up my phone, bothering me?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was me." So come to find out, the lady is Tamika Foster. She is Usher Raymond's ex-wife, and she's the stylist. And she was a little snobby, but once she saw my work, she opened up and she changed my life. So after the video shoot, she called me the next day like, "Yo, I need some of your shirts." And mind you, she's a stylist for everybody. Tony Braxton, Missy Timberland, Genuine, Usher, Lauryn Hill, Tony Braxton. She's everybody in the industry stylist.
Yeah.
And I had her in my back pocket. Well, she had me in her back pocket. Yeah. So I pull up to her house one day, huge mega mansion, and I bring my shirts, and she's just like, "Yo, where have you been?" I'm like, "I've been in Riverdale, up the street from you." So all of those clients, all the Missies, the Timberlands, the Genuines, the Jay-Z's, the who else? Oh man, so many, the Killer Mikes, a ton, Usher. I've done clothes for all of them. All came through her.
Wow.
It all came through her. So I would pull up to her house, and she had like a big office downstairs, and they would be in there. And I just like I said, we all wore the same size. So I'm a 17-year-old 5-foot kid. These dudes are 6 feet tall, but we're all wearing 3 and 4 inches. So I would just bring my whole collection, and they'll just pick it and buy it. And I mean, I'm selling these shirts for $500. I'm just throwing the price. I'm just like $500. They're like, shit, here. They're like, here, take it. I want all of them. I'm like, what? You want all of my clothes? These are my clothes. And they're buying my clothes. And then eventually it started turning into personalized items just for them. And that's how I got in contact with all these people, except Bun B. Bun B was a whole nother story.
Yeah. I did have a question as we were going through the pictures, right? Genuine specifically. I just wanted to know, as you were creating that piece for him, were you listening to the song Pony on repeat?
No. I tell you, when I was making clothes for Genuine, what he would do is he would send me a picture. It's so crazy how terrible picture messaging was back then.
Oh yeah.
So what he did was he sent me a picture of the Air Force 2. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the shoes, Air Force 2, red, white, and blue. They had retro, and he sent me like, I need something for this shoe.
Chicago Joe knows what the Air Force 2 is for sure. This guy knows his shoes, man.
Yeah, he should. And I was like, I got the perfect jersey for that, because I was just looking at an Expos shirt at Distant Replays in Atlanta, and I was like, I'm gonna remake this shirt, and I remade it for Genuine. But I wasn't listening to Pony. I wasn't, even though Genuine had the hits, I wasn't listening to that. I was definitely listening to Missy though. That's a fact.
All right.
Yeah. All right. That's a fact.
And this is what, 21 Savage? You did some work for 21 Savage?
That is TM88. He's a producer. That's TM88.
Okay.
He's a big multi-platinum producer. I know him as Brewski. I did his pants, his red, white, and blue fade pants. I did that shirt too. I did the shirt too, the match the pants. Yeah. I did that whole thing.
Yeah, it goes to show how much I know. He looked like 21 Savage to me.
This is Bun B in a Houston Rockets sweatsuit that I made him. I remember the first time I met Bun B was at a mall.
Yeah.
When I first met him, I had an Astros sweatsuit that I did, a rainbow Astros sweatsuit, and I met him at Greenbrier Mall, and he bought the sweatsuit off of me in the mall. You gotta think, like I said, I'm 17, 18. I didn't have no packaging or nothing. I just walked in with a sweatsuit on a hanger, no plastic wrapping or nothing. I bump into him. He's like 80 deep, and he's like, "This what you bought from me?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, this hard. How much you want?" I was like, "You can get it for free." So he looked at me, and he said, "All right." So I gave it to him for free, right? And no lie, later on he texted me, and he said, "Hey, don't ever give anybody anything for free, especially when I know you're sitting here hand making this. I don't have a problem paying for what I want." He was like, "Don't ever give me anything for free." Yeah. He said, "Okay, cool." So the next time he flew into town, I told you guys a short story already.
Yeah.
I went and picked him up from the airport, and when he got back to my apartment to go through what I had available, he paid me $800 for the sweatsuit that I gave him. He was like, "Take this for the sweatsuit that you gave me, and now let me buy the rest of this." And he bought
so Bun B is responsible for how much you're charging me now, because I have you making something for me. So now Bun B and that life lesson translated into your price tag with me now.
Mitchell and Ness is the reason. Once I saw that Mitchell and Ness could sell a jersey for that much, I said, I know I could sell a custom.
We'll meet halfway. Bun B and Mitchell and Ness are the reason why you're charging me what you're charging me. But it's all of me. I'm really excited for the piece that you're doing for me. But listen, let's pull it down. I know you have a few pieces you want to show us in hand. So I'd love it if you took the opportunity to show that to us. And then, before we move on to talking a little bit with Chicago Joe, I'd love to hear how this stuff all connected to fitteds, because I've been looking at your Instagram of late. You've really been posting a lot of fitteds lately, and I'd love to see how those two things connect. So show off those pieces and tell us how it's all connected to the fitted game.
All right, so this is how my mind works. when I'm making a piece, it literally starts with the hat and it starts with the shoes. Because there's some outfits I make where I'm not wearing any hat. You know what I mean? I might just do a nice little button up and it'll just start with the shoes. The shoes tell me what to design. When it comes to my fitted hat matchups, it always starts with the hat. I never make a piece and then go find a hat to match it. I always get the hat first, and the hat tells me, it literally tells me what to do. So, like this. When I got this hat, the timeline hat.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure the fitted hat followers are familiar with it, right? Hat Club exclusive with the green satin lining, right? Keep the waves right. Got to keep the waves right. This hat alone told me what to do. I just didn't know what I was going to do it on. I didn't know if I was going to do a hoodie, a crew neck, a t-shirt, a Dickie shirt, a jacket, something from scratch. But I decided to go with the hoodie, and I'm going to tell you why. So boom, here's the hoodie, right? So what I did was I took the exact same logos with the dates, and I put them in the same exact positioning that the hat has, right?
Yeah.
Of course, on the back, you got it on the back too. Of course, the side sleeves. So the reason I wanted to go with the hoodie, because the lining of the hat is green. So I look at this as a hoodie, as a hood. The hood is the closest thing I could get to the dome of a hat. And I wanted to line the hood with the green. You see what I'm saying? Just like the hat. So that's how I chose to do a hoodie for this hat. This hat literally told me everything. It told me, hey, Nola, do a hoodie. You need to get a hoodie, put the green in the hood, just like the hat, and you need to put the logos all around it.
The fitted was talking to you, Manolo. It told you what to do next.
The hat talked to me. It's no lie. I'm telling you.
So what's the next hat that was talking to you? Because I'd love to see this.
Okay, we got the forest green diamond bag.
Listen, there's nothing better than the forest green with the pink bottom.
Man, let me tell you.
With the inaugural season patch too. That's a great patch.
Boom. So I say, Nolo, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You already did the green hood. You got the pink bottom, and it's so crazy because people say, well, the pink is at the bottom, but it's crazy when you wear the hat. If y'all are looking at me, you can see that I'm wearing a gray bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're wearing this pink bottom, you can actually see the pink. It's the weirdest thing. It's like when you put on a pink bottom, it's like you levitate over people and they can see your underwear. So for this, I wanted to do something a little different. So I did the pink turtleneck Diamondbacks with that rose gold, that same rose gold, that metallic rose gold that's on the hat logo, with the inaugural patch on the side, just like the hat.
Yeah.
And then on the back, I put the borrowed. That's my brand. So I branded it with that same rose gold. And I did a pink turtleneck. I did a turtleneck to play off of that pink bottom when you're wearing it.
Really nice.
You know what I mean? I'll probably throw this on with the pink Dons, the pink Don C2s, some nice skinnies, and call it a day. So that's another piece where the hat spoke to me. Now, I got one more piece to show y'all that the hat spoke to me, and that is another forest green.
Oh, yeah.
That is the Dodgers.
The 59 All-Star game, right?
Yes, sir. Pink bottom, of course. Now, L.A. We all know L.A. is the land of Dickies. We all know that. It's where it all starts, man. So, on this one, I decided to go with a Dickie shirt. A Dodgers forest green, Dodgers Dickie. A lot of people didn't even know Dickie's coming forest green. Right? Just like the hat, I put the patch on the sleeve, same side. I put the LA logo on the sleeve, just like the jersey. Dodgers across the front in that twill. I did the 9 in pink. So what I did was I just Googled players from 1959, and I just loved the Wally Moon name. Plus he was single digit. And I did that pink satin collar to play off of the hat. So when you're wearing it, it looks just like that. It's just a nice subtle touch of pink. I didn't want to go crazy with the pink. So that's another piece. So the hat told me, okay, it's an LA hat, so you got to do a Dickie shirt because it's LA.
Yeah.
And then I had to add that little touch of pink to match the cut, the brim, and that's how you
So
got
next time we're on, you're gonna show us the chucks that go with it, right?
the what?
The
No,
chucks,
I ain't,
the
no,
chuck
I ain't wearing no chucks. No, I ain't wearing no.
Well, they do.
I ain't wearing no chucks. I got.
That's a staple with Dickies.
It is a staple with Dickies when you're wearing the full outfit.
Yeah.
I don't wear the full outfit. I wear the tops and then I mix it. But I got some Bo Jacksons that recently released that are that white, forest green, and pink. So I'll probably just rock those with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Listen, Manolo, it's been a pleasure getting to see how you create, what you created, and a little bit of the history behind the creations, man. Thank you so much for sharing that stuff with us, man. Listen, I love that. I love the thought and detail that goes into all that stuff.
Thank you, man.